This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you.
Without Patreon support, Transmissions wouldn't be the show it is today. You can sign up for our Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. This video is part of our weekly Transmissions podcast. You can check us out at www.transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows a week, one focused entirely on toys, and that's where you're watching us on Trips to the Store. That's part of the toy show. That's every Wednesday. And every Friday, we do Alt Mode, Transmissions Alt Mode, which is all about comics and media. Yoshi, stop flipping off our listeners.
No, that's 2. That's 2 shows. 1 show, 2 show.
Great.
This is what Morty refers to as the universal greeting.
We're not inside Rick's battery, so that doesn't work. All right, so 2 shows. Despite Yoshi, we love our listeners. We don't want to flip them off.
I love our listeners, especially those that give money.
Speaking of that, that's a good segue, Yoshi, because the Transmissions podcast is entirely supported by Patreon and PayPal. So thank you to everyone who donates to the show. You help us keep the show running, keep us going, and we really appreciate that. And if you'd like to contribute, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support.
It's so easy to give money. You should do
it. So let's get into what we got this week. We're all back from TFCon. I think there's still some TFCon leftover stuff. 3 of us are back from TFCon, I should say. So let's start with Yoshi. Yoshi, did you pick up anything special this week? I know you did because I saw some stuff on Twitter. So tell us.
Yeah, what'd you get at TFCon?
Crispy bacon, motherfucker.
The bacon was better. Not super crispy, but it was better. Wasn't super floppy.
Right. Oh, okay. Hallmark released their Keepsake Soundwave ornament this year, and I was there in line to pick this thing up. This is by far the best ornament for Transformers Hallmark has put out in 4 years. This thing is so ridiculously toy accurate as far as statues go. And it hangs from the tree very well. It's ridiculously gorgeous. Let me take it out, since I know everybody is so sick of what you guys got at TFCon, because I know I am, rubbing my face in it like a dog that pissed on the floor. This thing is just incredible. This is the best one. You guys need to go get this. I'm serious. Go get it. I'm done.
Nope.
Next.
All right. Jeremy, do you want to go next?
Sure. Let me just go to Hallmark real quick and
Mother.
got the same thing.
Big window, Jeremy.
Oh, sorry, I did not hit the push live. What Trips to the Store would it be without a big window? So I didn't have a chance to go to Hallmark because I was at TFCon, but I had pre-ordered the Soundwave and I picked them up this week. And I have to agree with Yoshi. It looks amazing compared to like the Optimus Prime and the Megatron that they've done in the past. Last year's Grimlock and this one have just been phenomenal. I forgot to mention this, and Yoshi wasn't on the show, so it's better that he's on when I do it. In the box of stuff that I got from Yoshi a while back, he had this sketch commission.
How is that a fucking Transformer?
Hey, you gave this to me.
I gave it to you, but it's not a Transformer.
I know.
Dick.
I'm
All right.
thanking you. This is from Keith Tucker, who did a lot of the animation on shows like Animaniacs, and I think Yoshi asked him to do a Yakko, and he did a Wacko, but it's a great looking Wacko, so I'm perfectly fine with it. You know, Mr.
One
Tucker is up in age, so. And then finally, I forgot to mention on the TFCon, after the Sunday podcast panel, Lee, I'm sorry, I don't remember her last name, came up and gave us all these 3D printed faction symbols. They're like pins you can put on. So there's like a Maximal, there's Autobot and Decepticon, and then you get Autobot and Decepticon with mustaches. I don't know how that's coming through, but these are neat. Just little simple 3D printed stuff, but fun, and I don't think any of us were expecting them, so it was a great surprise. And that is all I got this week. I have some comics, but they're not bagged and boarded, and I don't want to be yelled at again.
I'm already going to yell at you, fucker. They should already be bagged and boarded. Dick. Abuse. Call the comic police. That's me.
It's fine. So that's all I got.
It's not fine. It's disrespectful.
Lee is great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lee, for those little pins, and I forget her friend's name too. I'm sorry. I think she was the one who made them. So, thank you.
Yep.
Apologies for messing up and not remembering your name. That's.
I'd remember it if I'd gone to TFCon.
Yeah, it's too bad we were holding you back.
Yeah, we ordered you to stay home, Yoshi.
Look, there's 4 people involved here to blame, but I don't think I'm one of them.
All right, I guess I'll go next because we know Darryl's got a shit ton of stuff.
Well, so, why you gotta hate? Why you gotta hate on me?
We're saving the best for last, Darryl. It's all right.
Or something like that.
Can I get a big window, Jeremy? Thank you.
Yeah. Jeez. I can't work under these conditions.
I know. I asked you to press 3 buttons in the show, and it's
everyone. His ego is represented by the size of the window he gets. Let's see your Christmas ornament and go on.
I didn't pick that up yet, but I did get Rom versus Transformers Shining Armor issue #1, the regular cover. Very cool. This is a great comic. Everyone should pick this up and read it. It's very nice. We're going to review this in alt mode this week. So have your copy ready. I did at TFCon, I got a couple of things signed by John Barber. He had some exclusive covers. I never picked up the Action Man series, so he had a Action Man #1, the Union Jack cover, and then the Union Jack cover of Optimus Prime #1. And you can see the signatures there. He signed them both for me. So thank you, John.
Nice.
Thank you for bagging and boarding your comics, Charles.
You're welcome. I also, Darryl got me the Lost Light variant cover. That was the Alex Milne art. Really like this. This is issue 6. This is really cool. Thank you, Darryl.
Did you commit a sin and put 2 books in that?
Yeah, First Strike is on the back there.
I did that.
But that 0 is a smaller.
Yeah, it's like an 8-page comic, Yoshi.
Yoshi, your friend Tom B. Long also did that with some comics he shipped us.
Yeah.
You know, I cannot excuse comic book stores or people who individually send us stuff out of the kindness of their heart. But the bullshit of not immediately addressing that concern.
I got some other stuff signed at TFCon. I'm not going to go through all of it, but just a couple of comics that were here. The annual.
It's not Darryl level.
Fuck.
Andrew Griffith was there, so I got some of his covers signed. And then another Andrew Griffith cover. All these got signed by John Barber since he wrote all the Optimus Primes too, so that's cool. I also got an original page of art from Alex Milne. So this is More Than Meets the Eye, issue 21, page 22. Spoilers for a 4-year-old comic, as Jeremy's will tell me.
Yep.
So this is really nice.
Don't post it to Reddit without the spoiler warning.
Spoilers, Ultra Magnus shakes Cyclonus' hand. That's cool. Also, Darryl picked up a toy for me at TFCon. He at the Wave 5 Titans Return figures are showing up at Canadian Walmarts. He picked up this Misfire for me. Nice.
And it's open.
It is open and played with. I got to say, I'm a little disappointed compared to Trigger Happy. It's not quite as tight a figure as Trigger Happy. It is a heavy remold of that. But it does look cool in jet mode and in robot mode. Just wish the arms and legs pegged together a little better. So that's it. Over to you, Darryl.
Going on mute.
Okay. Well, I wanted to show that Mr. Yoshi sent me this. This is our cover of the Till All Are One #1. This is rated by CGC, and it is a 9.8. Near perfect.
I should have signed yours before I submitted it.
Would have only ruined it.
Not according to them.
He also sent me a couple books. This is the Revolution #1 Convention Edition. And I got the Brendan Cahill Hardcore Legacy.
Port.
Hardcore. T is silent.
Where did you get that, Darryl?
From Yoshi.
All three of those are finished.
Yeah.
When you go before a judge, what is that called?
Court. But this is
Hey, Darryl.
This is
Darryl,
hardcore.
If you want us to quit giving you shit, just say the word. Then say it again in French, you Canadian fuck.
Je suis n'est pas de shit. And then I got Rom versus Transformers. I showed it off before, but fuck you. I'm showing it off again because it's awesome. It's one of the best books I've read all year. And I'm being serious about that. I told you I was going to do it, and I'm doing it. This is the combined mode of Gajinrai. And he is done, combined, and he stands. Guess what? He fucking stands. I did the little heel trick that I did see some other people doing, where you put the little heel spurs up and kind of bump them into the back of the legs there, and it seems to hold. I know that one of the add-on kits, the newest one from Perfect Effect, is going to give you an additional bit to kind of plug into there to kind of push into it more, but this seems to be working for now, and it's holding a fairly dynamic pose, so I'm pretty happy with that. I wanted to mention, because this was fairly ironic that this happened, we got back from TFCon on Sunday, and Monday I got a package in the mail.
You're welcome.
I don't think you know my address. I bought this a while ago and had it shipped. I found on AliExpress or Alibaba the knockoff versions of the Generation Toy Devastator Combiner. And I found that if I bought both of them, I could get them both shipped to my house for about $35 Canadian. Together. like total, both of them. And so I did. I bought them. So this is
6 months later.
Yeah, it took a long time. So I got this is the knockoff version of the Scrapper figure, and there are some noticeable differences.
Yeah,
big
no
time,
shit.
big time noticeable differences. So I mean, almost this entire leg section here is completely different. But I mean, he's big, so there are only 2 of them out right now. But I'm fine to wait. I mean, each figure, if you bought them legitimately, were $100 a piece. And here it is, and that's $100 US. And here it is, I've gotten 2 of them for $35 Canadian. This is the scavenger version of that they did, and he looks pretty cool. I like they've still kept the working piston joint. Yeah, it works, and they've got there's 3 of them there, 3 working pistons on this. It works. It's quite nice. And yeah, so he's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, with the Scrapper one, there are definitely noticeable differences for these 2 guys. And then obviously with the Scavenger, you do get the fist, the big Devastator fist. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, I do want to show, because Charles had them, or had one. This is where he got his, because I found them the first wave of, or the last wave of Titans Return figures in Walmart. So I picked up Twin Twist. Again, fuck you, Yoshi. And Windblade. I haven't opened it. It's apparently it's a very good figure. And then I did grab the entire thing, and I got Misfire. So I haven't opened mine, Charles. What a strange turn of events.
You apparently gave Charles the wrong one.
But I'll open them up and mess around with them. But I want to mention one last thing, because I did pick this up at TFCon. This is, I can't remember what they call it for. This is for G1 Trypticon. And I've been buying all the parts for Trypticon because the store that I part-time at has a Trypticon that I'm going to get. And I haven't yet. But I've been picking up all the parts that are needed just so that when I do, it's done. And this thing here, I didn't have. So I bought it at TFCon. And when I got it back, it was the very last thing that I bought, and the dealer room was closing. So I picked it up, and then I got the hell out of there because they were all packing up. I got it back to the room, put it in my bag, and I noticed on the bag that it was in said, electronics don't work. And I'm like, fuck off, because the dealer room's now closed. Convention's over. I'm fucked.
Now, how much, before you start swearing up a storm, how much did that cost?
$25.
Okay.
Can I continue swearing now?
Now you may.
Yeah. So I get it home, and I'm like, it can't be that bad. So I take it apart, and I notice that really doesn't seem like there's any damage to it. I'm like, why is it not working? I put a battery in it, and it doesn't work. So I brought a soldering iron home from work, and I resoldered all the connections, and it's working.
Yay!
Nice. So
Look at that. You're practically an engineer.
I got my PhD now.
I will send you my doctorate, Darryl.
Photocopy your doctorate, scratch out your name, and just write his.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. I'm now a doctor of fixing G1 toys. Yeah. So I was pretty happy with that. That made me happy. But I think because it was a non-working one, the guy I bought it from took off the little battery cover there. So now I need the fucking battery cover for this thing. Because I was in such a rush. I was literally just grabbing shit. I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. And I was like, here, money. You give me this. I take this. And I just ran. I got out of there. And then I got back, and I was so screwed. So I really felt bad about grabbing that. But now I need the battery cover for that. So, what a piss off. Anyway, I'm done. But I still got more. Stay tuned.
All right. Big window, Jeremy.
Just give it some time.
All right, well, that'll do it for this week's Trips to the Store. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We had lots of cool stuff to show off, and there's always cool stuff next week as well. So come back. As always, please check out the whole TransMissions podcast. You can check us out online at www.transmissionspodcast.com. And we're also on all the podcast sites, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, all those places. You can find us and download us. We've also got an RSS feed. You can find that right on our website. Put it in a podcast app and it'll work. Thanks again to all our supporters on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you for giving us your support and helping us to continue to make this show. If you want to contribute to the show, please go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And there are lots of ways to do that. Also, as always, it's good to give us reviews on iTunes or Apple Podcasts and Google Play and Stitcher, all those places. Giving us nice reviews, just telling your friends about the podcast, maybe retweeting us or sharing us on Facebook. That all those things that can raise visibility and help us get more listeners. Those are great things to do that will help out the show.
Subscribe to the podcast. If you just listen on the website, go to iTunes and subscribe. That helps more than anything.
Then get your mom's phone and do the same thing on her phone, please.
That's only if you're a super fan.
If you're listening to this, you're clearly a super fan.
All right, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.